Snatch back your brain, zombie. Snatch it back and hold it.
What's going on, Low Techs? It's me, Mystery. We're back with a new video. And this one is... it took a little bit of time to compile this entire video together. I mean, if you've paid attention to my channel, it's been about three and a half, maybe by the time this goes up 4 weeks. It's almost a month since my last video. I'm trying to get that down, but life doesn't always find time for your side projects. It focuses on what's main, what's important first and foremost. So anyway, that being said, we're here now. We're doing this now. And the company that we're looking at today is one that kind of came up because I was looking online for, what are they called? Oh, the crypto MLMs. I couldn't think of that term. I'm looking for many different crypto MLMs because I want to do a whole showcase on crypto MLMs, financial MLMs, things like that, the ones that are more catered towards markets, stocks, things like that, because this day and age, especially with the human malware being where it's at and people trying to find different ways to gainfully employ themselves, they're turning to many things that seem legit. And if you've been following my videos or you've been following the community of the anti-MLM community, then you know that a lot of these MLMs are really good at making their stuff look really amazing. And they're really good at promising you, without promising you, that you're going to make a lot of money. So why not get involved in a perfect little side hustle, right? But anyway, this company that we're looking at is called BYDZYNE, and it captured my attention just on the pure way that it's spelled, BYDZYNE, right? BYDZYNE. And this one kind of took me back. This is the first one that I've come across that's been kind of like a jack of all trades when it comes to MLMs, right? Like they have travel agency, they have market research, FOREX, they have products, wellness products, right? They even have EMF blockers and stuff like that. Like they've taken all the things that they think they can get you to buy, thrown it all together and said, here's a nice little compensation package, and throw things together, and this is it. Now, I wish going over the majority of BYDZYNE was that easy, but it's really not. It's actually quite a big thing. Because of all the stuff they have, I wanted to go through all of the options that they have so we get a very clear picture as to who and what they are. So, yeah, I think at this point, it's time to go ahead and jump into the first of our many pages of their web page. We're going to take a look at a lot of things with them. So, let's check in. Here we are. Landing page. Well, yeah, a home page, landing page. Now, I've said this multiple times. These MLM pages look good, right? Like they get the latest and what's expected of the good. Well, okay. Let me start that over because if you've ever done any kind of e-commerce and stuff, you learn that your website design really speaks highly to what it is that you're trying to sell or trying to inform with. It also, having a nice, clear, even website allows people to bounce back and forth to all your products and keep coming back without having like a frustration moment where they just can't get anywhere. There's a lot of stuff to look at, a lot of stock photos on here. Like whoever put their stuff together is really talented, right? And not only that, but their promo videos that they have, which if you look at their promo videos for all of their products, I mean, it is just an ad, but it's really good. They got excellent music on there. They've got excellent graphical designs. Their logos are really clean, really crisp. Like this stuff is actually really cool. They have one logo that I was like, I wish I could figure out a way. Well, I'd have to pay someone to do it, but I wish I could get that style for my logo and have a logo on the front. I think that would be kind of cool. But I'm not going to bite off them just because they are an MLM, right? So here we have BYDZYNE, right? We empower. And let's take a look here. So right out of the gate, right out of the gate with these guys, they've got settle on extraordinary. You are unique. There is no one like you. We at BYDZYNE get this and are passionate about empowering your true self through personalized products and lucrative lifestyle opportunities. Sounds nice, right? They have 3 trends, as you'll see here. Three, however you want to do it. 3 trends. They have digital trend, travel trend, and wellness trend. That's their 3 main bodies of what they focus on for their brand ambassadors to hawk to people. And they have a dream it, create it, live it, right? Do you have a dream that lies dormant? We can help you reignite it through our exclusive financial and lifestyle rewards program. Don't just exist, live by design. That's cheesy, but hey, they'll get you with that stuff. So this is their team right here. These are all the 5 co-founders, and we'll get into their information a little bit later here. They, let's see, join the movement. And that's their landing page, right? So right off the gate, you notice the join button is right here. They even have their Diamond University and all this stuff and details up here. They're showcasing their high performers and stuff like that right there. And they're getting things lined up for you because the whole thing about this is like success. They're trying to give you this illusion of success. That way you're going to be like, wow, this is legit. So right on top, we have our brand, which I believe our brand is just, basically the homepage, right? But here's their story. Our let's try that again. Our multifaceted approach disrupts the traditional industry model for first understanding that one size doesn't fit all. You were born into a particular culture with unique tastes, interests, and desires. BYDZYNE was created with a mission to celebrate your uniqueness and empower your extraordinary potential. Our exceptional culture-crafted products meet distinct needs in key consumer markets, and our lucrative business opportunities was formulated to fuel your ideal lifestyle as you see fit. Now, I understand that I added an extra pluralization for opportunity. That's my mistake, but whatever. Our visionary leadership wanted to create an unparalleled company with your individual needs in mind, whether as a consumer or brand ambassador. This customizable approach is driving force that propels everything we do and will do in the future. Through ever-evolving innovation and with utmost integrity, our experienced executive team strives to stand apart from the pack and build a legacy you can be proud of, one you can truly call home. That sounded nice, right? I wonder how much they paid to have somebody put that together. I'm curious, but it's a lot of this affirmation for you, right? You'll see in these MLMs, especially ones that do like wellness and stuff, and that they're really trying to push hard to get you to be involved with their stuff. They will push you, celebrate you, become independent, do these things. You got this whole mindset of like self-empowerment, which is not bad, right? I think especially in this day and age, you need to have some level of self-empowerment only because, you got to be confident with things. You got to psych yourself up to do things. I mean, it's very difficult, especially for me, to say go out in public and start being around a lot of people again after spending the past 2.5, 3 years in lockdown and quarantine, right? So I get why this whole thing would be attractive. And that's not a problem, right? Like this is just that, but it's these companies that do this that get me. And Mission Possible, this is more affirmation stuff. Vision Bound, Experience Matters. Now we're getting into the founders, right? So you have Nat and Chanita, and forgive me, I'm going to butcher this last name, Paranaputra. I'm sorry if I messed that up, but is what it is. They, I think where the originals it says, they are widely considered by many as the most influential leaders, trainers, and mentors inside the profession of direct sales. With over 40 years of combined experience, they have personally helped to create many millionaires and multimillionaires across the world. Originally from Thailand, the couple has occupied top leadership positions in several companies and built some of the largest international sales teams in the industry. I always find it kind of funny that top performers of other MLMs realize Like there's two types, right? Like, well, three types. You've got the type that is the most common, which just maintain and toe the line, right? They stay at the high performers. They, you know, push their team to their maximum limit to make sure they get their maximum amount of money, and they live that way, being okay scamming people with their products. Then you have the kind like this that decide that they're going to take it up a notch. Like, yo, I can clearly do this very well. Why don't I source products and create my own MLM and become as wealthy as the leaders of this company? And those are the ones that are dangerous because they know what they're doing is messed up. And they do it anyway. So then they get together and they start grabbing all these other experts, because experts, like birds of a feather, right? So experts that are experts for other MLMs will then lend their voice over to other MLMs so that you can have more credence on all the things. So those are the two, I think they're the original founders, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that one. I'm not going to read the full bio. I'm not that interested. So the third co-founder is a Sophia Wong. She, for over 22 years, Sophia has been a leading entrepreneur with a proven track record in the areas of technology, finance, operations, and international business. Her most notable venture in the technology industry, PMC.com, quickly became one of the largest digital media companies in the world. Recently, she co-founded and directed a successful nutritional supplement, body care, and organic essential oils business that spanned over 10 countries globally. I don't know which one it is, but I mean, throw a rock at the MLM internet space and you'll hit an essential oil company. I've covered multiple myself. So I'm not going to get into the details of essential oils and all that stuff because I've already got it. If you want it, I'll point you in that direction. Maybe I'll even put a card in here for doTERRA, the one video I did on doTERRA. I mean, you want crazy essential oil stuff, that's your go-to right there. So let's see. You got Chad and Nachita. I think it's Nachita when there's two T's. If I'm not mistaken. Chong. It says Chad and Nachita came from a family of successful entrepreneurs and made their mark in the industry early, earning their first million in their 20s. Their fresh, creative approach has led to numerous brand innovations, and they are known for their contagious energy, passion, determination, and perseverance. Chad and Nachita have a passion for creating and working with teams. As industrial trainers and success coaches, they have been instrumental in countless people's lives, helping many achieve and often surpass their financial aspirations. All of that sounds really good, right? Like, if you had somebody coming to meet with you and has that kind of introduction, you're going to be like, hey, I should probably pay attention to what these people say. Like, that's the misleading portion of these. These people sound like experts, but anybody can have something written for themselves. Have they achieved? Sure. Do they deserve recognition for their achievements? If it's legit? Sure. But they decided to collectively come together and create this company. Now, I'm not going to go over these guys here. Dave Phelps, I don't know or care who he is. These individuals, these are their figureheads, right? So it doesn't matter. I mean, their products and the prices and their compensation and income disclosure speak for themselves and the company. So that is by design. That's right off the start. That's by design. So now we notice the first thing here, we have the Boss Club. So what is a Boss Club? All these MLM companies have, like, they're exclusive, they're VIP, they're special interest groups. Like, these are the ones for the people that aren't quite on the side of starting to really hawk their products on a more competitive and be a brand ambassador, but they still want to get discounts for the products, or at least they would like people to think that there are people that do that. So they created the Boss Club. Do you or anyone you know shop online? If the answer is yes, when's the last time you got paid for shopping online or referring people to shop online? Probably never. Or excuse me, exclamation point. Probably never. Would you like to get paid? Introducing the first hybrid e-commerce platform. I mean, hybrid e-commerce platform, I believe that was Amazon. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, You could have your own e-commerce store on there and do affiliate marketing. In fact, yeah, you can get affiliate marketing so to where you can put products that you're not necessarily selling up, but you still get links and affiliate links depending on whether or not people click on it. In fact, I'll have some below for some of the stuff that I use. Like you can find these glasses on there if you want to get those. I had somebody express some interest on that. So yeah, there'll be a link down there if you want them. So, I mean, you could do all that on Amazon, but, you know, it costs nothing for people to say they have the first ever hybrid. So it's one of those, right? It is what it is. Now, they have a video here. I don't really want to display their video on here because it really kind of, I don't know. If you guys want, we'll do some short little videos of me just reacting to their little ads, their hashtag video, or not hashtag videos, but their little hybrid e-commerce videos and stuff like that. Might be fun. If you guys want that, let me know. Leave it in the comments. But yeah, these membership programs are ridiculous. But it's got, it's got certain things you can get. E-commerce is booming and the fastest growing trend. That's not wrong, right? So like, especially with the human malware that just went through everything, we know that online sales and e-commerce sales are doing really well. There's also a lot of failed e-commerce businesses. I had one that failed. In the early parts of the human malware global event, I'm not sure what I can say without, getting demonetized or whatnot. So I'm just going to be as vague as possible, but I think you all know exactly what I'm talking about. But I had a mask store that I called Very Good Masks, and it was fun. I didn't really do well. I didn't understand SEO. I didn't understand marketing. I didn't understand the core concepts of what you need to do to be a successful e-commerce business, especially in a drop shipping space. So plus my products were good, but you got to really do a lot of research to figure out what product you want to sell. You got to match whether or not the cost of the price, because you're buying it and then selling it again. So is the markup too much? And honestly, it became too much, at least with the mask store, because you could throw a rock on Amazon after about 6 to 8 months into the human malware event, and you could find basically the same or what was thought to be better than what I was providing, and you could get it. Mine were still pretty good though. But anyway, so we know that turnkey hybrid e-commerce solution. Let's see, it says e-commerce meets direct sales with the first ever hybrid e-commerce platform, Boss Club. Shop from everyday essentials to household name brands at discounted price and up to 50% off. Earn by referring your friends and family and share in override income generated by the entire e-commerce revenue. One-touch turnkey solution for capitalizing on the biggest growing trend and unlocking unlimited possibilities for stable and long-term residual income. That's a lot of claims right there, right? That is a lot of claims. If you want residual income, you need to have multiple forms of income streams, right? And I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I've watched probably hundreds of hours on what I need to do to become financially stable and independent, aside from working your standard job. And there's one thing I have learned is there's no one-stop shop, right? You got ClickBank, which you can set up for actual affiliate marketing through Google Sites, which that's a fun video. Look up how to do that. That's interesting. You've got affiliate marketing through Amazon that you can set up. At the bottom of your YouTube content, create your own stuff. There's tons of ways to do affiliate marketing. You could also get stocks that pay dividends. Like, I think JP Morgan Chase does that. Waste Management, I think, does that, and a few others. Now, I'm not telling you to buy that stock. I don't know what's currently going on with that right now, but look for ones that pay dividends if you want that, or just look to build your portfolio. In fact, why don't you speak to a professional about that and not listen to me? Because like I said, I'm just pointing out their issues. I'm not trying to tell you how to do your stock, but their exclusive e-commerce solution that you've been looking for says that it access to an exclusive discounted boss prices up to 50% off. It says hundreds of trending cultural curated products and inventory and more added monthly. No capital needed from you. Subscriber only access to the full range of Boss products. Oh yeah, it costs you money on a monthly basis to be a Boss Club member. BT dubs. access to the local and global vendors exclusively to Boss Club, professional customer service 24/7, and yeah, so this stuff is crazy, man. This stuff is like terrible. But if you look, these are all the products that they offer, right? Right there's an iPhone 11, cool. We're into 13s now. A Nike book bag and some Jordan Jumpman shoes. Like, that doesn't say Air Jordans. It says Nike on it, so I'm a little confused about that. But examples. Those are the examples of what it is. I'm seeing a lot of their own product on there, which has me concerned. And they have an app, right? And yeah. But the main thing about this app is that it helps with your scripts and it leads your connect, content, and close. Like, it's all about getting people signed up for you. The one good thing I will say that this Boss Club has is they're hooked up with all of these pharmacies, right? And they say you can get up to, was it 68,000 pharmacies that they're hooked up to, and you can get up to 86% off, I believe is what it said up here. Let's see. Yeah, save up to 80% on prescription drugs over 68,000 participating pharmacies. I don't know which ones you could get from there, like what drugs would be 80% off, but you shouldn't have to sign up for Boss Club to get exclusive deals on their own products in order to get a discount. In fact, you know what? Hey, check it out. So if you're familiar or fans of or know of Shark Tank, you're familiar with Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban recently, I think it's been a year now, but he recently launched a website called Cost Plus Drugs, I think is what it is. I'll find the actual website and I'll put it in the description. It is a place that you can get name brand drugs, prescription drugs, for cost or close to cost. I mean, I think there was one drug that totes that it's like $4,000 by itself, but he sells it for like $49 or something like that. And it's because the markup, right? The current U.S. pharmaceutical industry with our healthcare system and stuff like that is set up in such a way that the prices can literally be named. You know, I mean, we had that Mark Shkreli, I can't pronounce his name, but he's the one that not recently, it's been a couple of years, but he got in trouble because he took that AIDS medication and knocked the price up several $1,000s and then said, look, you're going to buy it. You need it. You'll buy it, right? He ended up going and facing Congress. Then I think he had charges. I think he got like jail time or probation or something. Like, he faced some white collar crime charges on that one. So that's the industry here, right? So then you got a guy like that that's able to get you. So if you're thinking about joining this just because that pharmaceutical thing, especially if you're elderly or senior, or you're prone to a lot of medications, like if you have immune compromisation, or even now if you've survived the human malware global issue and you're left with some residual side effects, which is common, and you're now prescription bound on certain things, check that place out. It's really awesome. My mother has got cancer. She's been battling for a while and stuff like that, and I've actually turned her on to that because a lot of the medication that she has to spend a lot of money on is on there for a lot cheaper than what they're currently getting. So she's working with her doctor to get stuff settled with that. So check it out. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below. These are the different products, right? This one got me because they're giving essential oils to an animal, and I don't care who you are, you don't ingest essential oils. You don't do it. But that is the Boss Club. So it's just basically a way to get your money, right? Let's see. Let's discover more. What's it say? Okay. Takes you down here. And it's only, what is that? $69 a month for Boss Club. So you're paying $69 a month for access to all that. So that is subscription number 1 that you have with this company. So let's go ahead and move over. There's the products, right? The digital trend, travel trend, and wellness trend. Let's jump into the wellness trend first, right? Because we're going to end on the digital trend because, I like the financial stuff. So the wellness trend is when you feel your best, you have the opportunity to reach your full potential. Our wellness trend is a celebration of the well-being and beauty inside everyone. Join the revolution and become part of a global community that is driven towards wellness. Okay, Sounds good, right? We've got a bunch of active people here with that stock photo. It might not be a stock photo, but they're a bunch of active people here. Now this one kind of shook me here. So I was looking this over and I'm like, wait a minute. I know the name Dr. Ourian. How do I know that name? Well, a couple of years back, I don't know, it's maybe been more than a couple of years. My sense of time is a little off, but Kim Kardashian, of the famed Ray J tape, she got some work done by Dr. Ourian. He does cosmetic surgery, I think in Beverly Hills. He's got his own place called Epion. And she put him out there on her socials. Then he started blowing up and he got kind of really famous. Now he's got like 2-point-something million followers on Instagram, stuff like that. Like he's a public figure at this point, and he's known to be the doctor to the stars, I think is what they refer to him. So I was looking, I was like, okay, so hold on. You've got an MLM here that is rocking a product from a gentleman named Dr. Ourian who runs Epion. So, okay, that seems a little legit, right? So you do some digging into Dr. Ourian. You find there was a point in time where his medical license was on probation by the state of California. Allegedly, he allowed a nurse who did not have their doctor to perform a facelift surgery. And I found that out from looking at a video by a Dr. Rubinstein, who has a YouTube channel. I'm not sure if the channel's still active or not. He had a legal dispute with Dr. Ourian over what he brought out in the channel. And there was this whole back and forth where Dr. Ourian allegedly paid a middleman to find a Russian hacker / bot group to put some negative reviews on Dr. Rubinstein. And I've got the case text, and I've got the court document title and stuff like that. So if you want to look it up, it'll all be in a link in the description below, so you can read that whole train wreck of a situation. So the TLDR of that is that Dr. Ourian was not found guilty of paying a Russian hacking group to leave negative reviews against Dr. Rubinstein because no one saw Dr. Ourian create the email address that was there. So then it was thrown into the language of hearsay, and they're not going to convict on hearsay. So it was not dismissed, but like it was found to be not like he was not guilty of it, I guess you could say. But, you know, allegedly that's what it is. And if you read the case courses, it's not hard to determine for yourself in the court of public opinion what actually happened there. Then he tried to turn around and defame Dr. Rubinstein, saying that, he countersuited Dr. Rubinstein, saying that this was a defamation of character and stuff like that. And that got tossed out by the judge because the judge said that you are considered you're considered a public figure based on your own website that specifies that you're the doctor to the stars, your Instagram following, stuff like that. You are a public figure, and therefore the defamation that you're trying to claim is not valid. So it's a whole nasty mess, and I will put that in there for you to read. I highly recommend reading it. It's kind of funny to watch. So that right there, I was like, okay, you're hawking a product by somebody who did get their license temporarily placed on probation by the California Medical Board, and this is what it is. Okay, fine. Stars and legitimate people do link up with MLMs, it's just part of the thing. You can use that product if you want, but someone who's willing to defame somebody just because they're mad at what was being said by somebody putting their light out there, I don't know. I wouldn't really trust the product. That's just me. This is more of their wellness stuff. Now, Valimeta, I couldn't really learn anything more on this. So Valimeta is essentially a supplement that they have set up that allows things to, it's next generation liposomal delivery. So basically allows your body to absorb things better. I don't know the validity. I'm not a scientist, right? So I couldn't really find anything on here saying it was or was not. There's people out there that say that the science is not there and stuff like that. Take that as you will. It basically, the long and short of it is that it allows vitamins and supplements to be absorbed faster and better to get maximum effort. You know, okay, fine, whatever. That's okay. Yeah, Cell G8, It's a whole bunch of crazy stuff on here. It's supposed to be proven. Look it up if you want. Now, this guy's an actual doctor and an actual lab. I couldn't find any kind of slammings against this guy, which is good, right? Like, I mean, if you find something like that, you want to be able to make sure that the people that are bringing it don't have any kind of like shady past histories with it. But I will say this, and I've said this before, if you're looking at this company because you want to get involved in the supplements, you don't want to sell it, but you like the product, right? If a company like this had a product that was so amazing and revolutionary, that it was so like needed by the general population, and there was a scientifically proven lack of this, that we had to have this. This is so good, everybody needs to have it, not because I want to make money, but because the properties of it, like it is a legit health like booster. I don't know. If it made you better, right? It would not just be locked into an MLM on the backside of the internet. It would be front and center on all your daytime TV talk shows, like anywhere you can get on there to get this in the hands of many people. It would be in GNC. It would be offered by most of your pharmacies and stuff like that. Like things like this don't just sit in the obscurity of an MLM if it's as good as they claim it is. Me personally, I feel it's a cash grab and that it doesn't do what it claims that it does. I mean, we have learned time and time again from other MLM companies and what they have that a lot of what they claim isn't what they have. Take that as you will. So that is their wellness, right? Their wellness products. Let me get back to the wellness trend here. Well, there is a little bit here that I'm going to kind of touch on too. So you've got BD Protect. Now, this one made me chuckle, right? So if you're not familiar with what BD Protect is, let's go ahead and hop into it here. BD Protect is essentially their EMF, like EMF frequency blocker, right? And if you're not familiar with EMF, let me go ahead and jump over to a .gov that I have regarding EMFs. So what it stands for, EMF is electromagnetic field, right? And its electromagnetic fields are invisible areas of energy, often referred to as radiation, that are associated with the electrical use, or with the use of electrical power in various forms of natural and man-made lightning, right? EMFs are typically grouped into one of two categories by their frequency: non-ionizing, which is low-level radiation, which is generally perceived as harmless to humans, as well as ionizing, which is high level and is considered dangerous, right? Examples of this, and this is a really good little thing here, your low frequency is like your power lines, your radio and TV, cell phones, microwaves. Those are low, that don't really harm you, right? It's not really as bad as people say it is. But then you got the high ones, and I didn't realize this was on here, but in .gov, like your remote control is getting a little too close. Now we know that visible light is radiation, as well as ultraviolet radiation from tanning beds, which I find is funny. A lot of people who push these products and use these products saying they're blocking all this stuff will go spend 20-30 minutes in a tanning bed. Massive radiation. Your x-rays, there's a reason why when you go get yourself x-rayed, whether it's dental x-rays, body x-rays, they put protective stuff around areas that are considered sensitive. Like if you're going to get your teeth x-rayed, they're gonna put a lead vest over your chest and abdomen and stuff like that. And then of course, obviously nuclear radiation, which is, Chernobyl and the craziness that is. So that is EMF. I bring this to you, which I'll have a link to this as well below that you can have. So if you want to do further reading on it, in the 1990s, they did do a study saying that at the time, most of the radiation that was coming from low frequency EMF is not harmful, but the jury's still out on the current digital devices and stuff like that. I mean, if you think, especially if you've been paying attention to tech news, we're going into the metaverse here in a few years with Facebook. So, you're going to have your stuff all on your face and everything else. So your screens are going to be closer than they ever have before. I don't know. Me personally, I think I'm fine. I mean, I've got a monitor here, a light there, a light there. I've got a camera here. I've got a cell phone. I've got a lot of stuff around me that are around me all the time. And I don't have cancer in the ear, head, face, and stuff like that. So could it happen? I don't know. Me, I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're fine here. But I say all this because their wellness stuff, their BD Protect is little things that they sell. Let's see if they've got them on here. We might have to go to the product list here. Yeah, these little stickers. They have stickers that they try to sell you that say that they protect. So you put the sticker on the back of your cell phone and it blocks you from being assailed by the EMFs. You can put them on your car, your home, like, yeah. And then they got some studies here on this, and this is an actual router. I did look this router up here. Now, it doesn't tell me whether or not like the EMF was on it the whole time, but it's called like the soybean test, the crest sprouts growth test. They claim that with the EMF blocker, the sprouts grew fine, and then without it, they grew like how you see on screen, you know, right there. You get me on that. I don't know. I don't pay attention, but like they have these little things, which are like your Fitbit. These are your stickers, right? These are your home kit to protect like 1,500 square feet. Fuse box plate, 4 outlet plates. So you put them on your outlet, you put them on your fuse box or your breaker box. They got them for your car. Yeah. And we'll get into the prices for all of these here once we get into a few other things. So that's the wellness portion. So if we go ahead and jump over to the travel trend, this is where it gets a little weird. Like when I first looked at this, I thought this is just travel. You know, they moonlight as travel agents too. So what? I don't care. But then you start looking at what it is they offer, right? BD Dream Vacations, learn more, Premier ECO subscription, stuff like that. You're like, okay, cool. So what is this subscription? So it says, thinking about a quick getaway from the hustle and bustle, join BYDZYNE's premier ECO subscription and stay at 5-star resorts for 2 to 3-star prices while being rewarded. Never pay full price again. Luxury hotels, world travel, activities, dream cruises. Like this all looks great, right? These are all the bonuses that you can get for it. Access, you know, we already went through these. This is all this. Let's see. So they currently have a Venice, Italy. What is it? 7 nights for 21. You save 2,198. You pay 2,557. Lowest public price is 4,755. Right. So it says down here, these rate comparisons are examples only, but are valid representations of possible savings through access to lifestyle subscription. What was that? Pre-owning, Prioning, are subject, oh my gosh, that's pricing. See, even I make mistakes. Pricing are subject to availability, time, season, and vendor policy, right? So that's right there, representing of what they could be. That's not the actual price. That's what it could be. So yeah, save, earn. So what does it cost? That's what it costs, right there. $4,429 is your monthly enrollment, right? Monthly access fee, monthly plan. You get it at the wholesale low price of $299.95, excuse me. There will be a $37.95 monthly subscription fee. Oh, okay. I was a little mistaken here. I apologize. So the PES monthly enrollment, you got to buy it initially for $429, or you can get a wholesale $299.95. There will be a $37.95 monthly subscription fee, US $54.22 for retail customers. That will be billed starting on the second month from the date of purchase. So it's $429 upfront cost with an additional $37.95 monthly subscribing. So that is subscription number 2. Remember, you're already paying $69 a month for Boss, right? So now you've got this subscription if you want to do this. Travel. So one thing I thought was kind of interesting too, you can get an annual plan, stuff like that. They've got all these little things that they want you to sell with them that you want to do. You get your travel agent training, right? Which is insane. $1,500 or $1,422 for that. And hey, that may be worth it. I don't know. I'm not big on that. But I will say this. I looked into the traveling, right? Like I wanted to see what I could find. and it says your passport freedom, so you can't go here. But if you do bddtravels.com or vacations, so let's go ahead and do this here. BYDZYNE, dreamvacations.com. Right? This is exclusive elite vacations. Pack your bags and leave the rest to us. Become a member and go on vacations that is designed, fancy way to spell design there, with the best of hotels, experiences, and most importantly, savings. And of course, look at all these people having a great time exploring the world, right? So let's go ahead and take a look down here. All these different options here. You got Las Vegas. Can't click on any of these. You've got how it works. Okay, so just the one. Let's look at the current trips, right? So trips. Las Vegas. So you pay $779, and it says here 6-star. I don't know if you see this down here, but 6 stars. Now this is sold out. When I looked at this before, when I was doing some market research, this was still available. I don't know if it's actually sold out, but the trip is coming up. So let's look at the trip details here. So one thing I want to point out immediately, let's look at the rules. Travelers were responsible for filling any and all entry requirements, layover, visa, passport, health screening, etc. Every room is a double occupancy room, allowed 2 people per room, and the applicable age limit is for the 12 to 20 or for the trip is 21 years. So you have to only get a room that has a 2-person room. So it's not like it's a big suite or anything else like that. So not only that, $129 gives you access to the platform, $99 booking fee, a non-refundable per person per destination. So not only do you have to have a subscription and you have to pay $779 for this trip, you also have to pay a $99 booking fee, which if you've used a travel agency, you know that there are booking fees and stuff like that. It's no big deal. Each subscriber can bring 1 guest paying full price plus $99 booking fee, right? So that's not really fun. Every star lasts 12 months and is given as a reward for every month subscribed. So if you noticed, I pointed out that the Vegas trip required 6 stars, which then basically means that you had to be subscribed to this product for 6 months and get that 6th star before you even were qualified to buy the $779 trip. You know, okay, fine, whatever. If it's worth that much, if it saves that much, I mean, trip to Vegas is kind of nice, right? Destination price and reward redemption for each trip may vary based on seasonal and activities. BV applicable for paid subscriptions only, and additional cash payments will not incur BV guest mix and match booking fees. So BV, which when we get to the compensation plan, you'll see that this is kind of a big deal. So anything you buy, you want it to have BV. And they only have so many products on this company, so you're going to be buying these things a lot. Now let's go back to the trip details. So for $779 per person after 6 months of subscribing, you get a welcome reception. Hooray! 3-night accommodation in a 4-star MGM Grand Hotel with a view of the Las Vegas Strip for a room designed for 2 people. So I've been to Vegas. I've stayed at the MGM Grand Hotel. They do have nice rooms. But, I mean, to say that you have a view of the Strip is just meaning that you're on one side of the building. There's a huge section of rooms that have a view of the Strip. No big deal. Plus, if you're at the MGM, it's not like you're going to be staring out the window for a long time looking at the Strip, right? You're going to be down in the casino attached to it. You're going to be down at the store or the shows that are attached to it, the restaurants that are attached to it. So that's not a big seller for me, right? Speed Vegas go-kart driving experience. Go-kart driving experience. Then it says exotic car options available for additional price. So you could drive exotic cars for an additional price. They don't tell you what the price is, which means that they probably move around. It says private lunch and round-trip transfers. At least they're going to pay for your lunch. And it says Las Vegas City Tour on a private double-decker bus. Cool. Again, traffic in Vegas is not exactly fun. So being in a bus, especially if is it at night? Is the tour at night during where you can see all the lights, or is it during the day? I mean, this is nitpicking, right? This stuff's nitpicking. Brazilian steakhouse, all-you-can-eat lunch. Now, okay, Brazilian steakhouses are cool because you get unlimited meat and stuff like that and vegetables and stuff like that. But as that is a selling point for your main thing, like, why not have a fancy lunch at like one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants or another grand steakhouse. Not saying the Brazilian steakhouses are bad. Just saying, like, come on, I can get that where I'm at. I mean, make it fancy. But here's the thing that really kind of gets me, right? So if you're signing up for a travel agency and stuff like that to get a trip, likely airfare is going to be included. Transfer fees and costs are going to be included. Stuff like that, right? These people, their travel options do not include airfare. So not only are you paying $779 for yourself, you're paying your own airfare. And if you got two people going, where one person's not a subscriber, they're paying full price, then they're not getting it at a decent deal, right? So you have to buy your own plane ticket to get where you want to go. That is scuzzy as hell. And no, that's not worth it. I think the last time I checked from where I was at for a round trip and during the times that they allow, because it's only March 7th through 10th, that's the only time that's available. You were looking at anywhere, if you fly Spirit, it was like $150 to, if you fly to traditional company or airliner, then I think it was like $420 or $350 to $400 round trip. So yeah. Meals at other than specified. So you don't get breakfast, you don't get dinner, evening restaurant time, so that you get lunch, which is kind of lame, right? Because part of Vegas is you want to have a good lunch and you also want to have a great dinner. And there's plenty of places where you can get meals for a reasonable price, but you would hope that there would be at least a fancy 5-star or Michelin star dinner involved with that. Room upgrades are all on you. Insurance and visas all on you. Other expenses such as tips, laundry, and any items not mentioned in the included section. So stay out that minibar. Stay out that minibar. But I don't know if that's different for other travel agencies. I usually plan my own vacations and trips. A few times, like with Disney, I've worked with travel agencies because it's everything, like all-inclusive, meaning all-inclusive. Like it's crazy. So that's that, right? Plus they have an itinerary for you. So day 1, you'd only arrive in Las Vegas. Day 2, your group excursion is Speed Vegas and lunch. And day 3 is your double-decker tour bus and your Cirque du Soleil lunch and farewell show, right? So it's not a whole lot in there. Now that's being said, it's fine. You're going to be doing a lot of gambling and stuff like that, but that is the travel portion of that, right? Which I find to be leaves more for desired, right? So, okay. Now let's get into the digital trend, right? The digital trend of their products, which Smart Market Academy, I know you saw it there, but it says keep up with the fast-paced world of BYDZYNE's digital trend. Our showcase of unique and cutting-edge digital products is exactly what you need for advanced learning, entrepreneurial growth, and personal progress. Sounds great, right? Products inspired by you, designed for you. You have unique tastes and interests, and that's what makes you, you. We at BYDZYNE have created a product culture that celebrates your distinctiveness, seeking to enhance your life with premium products suited for your individual style. Smart Market Academy. So Smart Market Academy is exactly that. It is your paving. It's like learning materials and stuff in the realm of like FOREX and things like that. Not to mention, it is also shows you who they work with. They work with MTI, Market Trader Institute. Now, I did some digging on that, and it seems to be a legitimate company, right? Now, I will say that the legitimacy of their company is a little bit sus to me because they work with a lot of MLMs and Happy 4. They were not found guilty of being a part of a Ponzi scheme, but they were definitely working with somebody who did, in fact, get found guilty for operating in a Ponzi scheme back in 2011. So they, like I said, they were found not guilty, so I can't say that they had it, but they worked with somebody who did. So take that as you will. If you look at the founder of the Market Academy, there are several hit pieces out there on him saying that his company is terrible and stuff like that. There's also just as many that say that it's good. So I'm going to leave that up to you, whether or not you like this individual or want to trust that individual. Me personally, I'm not going to pay for training if I'm just getting started when I have YouTube available to me, and I will leave links below in the description. They're on all my current videos that have to do with any kind of Forex or market training, like how to learn how to do all this stuff for free online. So there's that. So we're not going to judge, or at least I'm not going to judge that particular company, right? This stuff here, this stuff cracks me up because they do these things, they put these stickers on there, and that cheapens the brand for me. But they give you FX Chief, which is the Joe Martinez or something like that. I think his name is Mark. What is it? Let me see here. Here's that hit piece that I was telling you about. Market Traders Institute. Let's go back here. Yeah, Jared Martinez is the guy, right? He's the head man of MTI and stuff like that. This article claims that he is a scam artist and that he's scamming people. I don't know. I mean, this seems more of a personal story. I'll leave this link in there. You can read it. It's by called Dirty Scams is a website. I couldn't find any sources for any of this stuff, so I have a hard time saying that things are a scam if I don't have the sources to back it up, right? So I'm not going to say yes or no to that. But it'll be in there if you want it, if you want to take a look at that. Smart Trader is the software. They use Harmonic Trader with automation. If you saw my video on iGenius, you'll notice that they use Endotech, which is their smart trading AI. Harmonic Trader with automation is essentially the same thing, right? They teach you I think it's called Japanese candle method of trading. It's all noticing trends and stuff like that. Well, they throw all of that into a AI program that does it for you. It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing like Endotech uses with their Daisy AI. It's just not in as much light right now because they're not in as much heat as iGenius. But you get live advanced strategies, 6 hours per week. You get live professional Forex analysis, only 4 hours per day. And you get mentorship by the FX Chief, which is trademarked because he's worth a lot of money. You get 2 hours per week, which if you have a ton of people involved in this, that's quite a lot. But at the same time, that's not a lot if you're trying to really learn, right? Unlimited custom indicators and alerts, Harmonic Trader with automation, Smart Trader, trademark, Forex courses, and ebooks and guides. It's the same thing, right? It's all the same stuff that we've seen with all of these other, like with I Am Academy, or I Am Master Academy now, iGenius, all these things have the same thing. Here's a bunch of what we know and how we do it. We're not financial advisors, so here you go. This stuff cracks me up. Learn, leverage, legacy. They have disclaimers all over the place, right? And whenever there's so many disclaimers on someone's product, it always causes me to be a little cautious, a little sus of everything. I mean, they have a general disclaimer for everything. So that is essentially their trending stuff here. That's their digital trend, which is, I mean, you can learn it all online for free. So enough of all that. Let's take a look at the products here. So your Boss Club is USD $129 a month, which gives you 60 BV. The Plus is $129, so you don't get anything special for that. You get the Travel. Boss Club Travel is $129, and same with that, right? Your OMA monthly enrollment. So this is your online marketing academy. Your monthly enrollment on this is $126 or $125. That's monthly. You're paying that monthly for that. You've already got $69 for the Boss Club that you're in. You've already got your $35 monthly subscription for the travel, right? So you have all that. Now you've got your OMA monthly enrollment, which is $125. So you add that up, and that's what's coming out of your pocket every month just on subscriptions. And you have your annual, you can do that way, which is still $1,500, right? You've got your SMA annual, which is your Smart Market Academy, which is separate from your OMA, which is annually $2,143. And let's see, retail price at $265. Let's see if it's got a smaller monthly payment on there. Let's see what it is. does not appear to have a smaller product here. Ingredients, no ingredients, instructions. Log in, click, and activate. So, hazard to guess that the retail price of $265 or $199 if you're in the club that's your monthly on that, your monthly enrollment, $265, to stay ahead of the game and be a part of the Market Academy. That's nasty. That's nasty. You got your monthly enrollment at $429. Now, we did know that you could sign up for like $36, I think it was. For that, you have a travel agent training, which is $1,500. These are all the products. This is the one product offered by the Epion thing, the Flawless Serum. And it may be amazing. I don't know. I'm not going to get too hype on it because I don't care. But this is the stuff that cracks me up. They have their own smartwatch, which is actually pretty cool. It's like your health tracker, your smartwatch. It's got everything there. $290 or $285 for that item. And then it's coupled with the BD Protect EMF blockers, which, look at these prices, $99 for one, right? Home Office EMF Protection Kit is $570. $570. Now, the BD Protect Car EMF Protection sticker is $128. So the sticker that's for your car is $128. Then you got your EMF protection bracelet. So I think you're supposed to wear this on one and this on the other. But that's $185 for the bracelet. And they have prepaid cards. Now, these prepaid cards are only good here. You can't take these cards and use them as like ATM cash cards or temporary Visa cards, stuff like that. They're only good here. And they come in $250, $500, $1,200, and $5,200 bundles. But if you look at that, 0 BV. So you don't even get any of your volume requirements. So now that we've seen everything they offer and what they are, let's look at the compensation plan, right? Let's look at the compensation plan by this company. Now, I had to go to United BYDZYNE because that's how these companies are. They never have this sort of stuff easily accessible. So right here, we have the first page summary of what's in the USA compensation plan, right? You can't really see it too well, and I can't really make it any bigger. So this is the compensation plan. We're going to go over it right now. So, okay. We got the basics here, right? It says active status. What considers you to be active status? These are all things that we will need to pay attention to as we go further into the levels. To achieve active status, you must sell a minimum of 60 BV worth of products to your personally enrolled retail or preferred customers every month. If the BA is not active, the carry forward volume in the binary tree will flush, which means be decreased by 50% per pay cycle in which the BA is not active, and the BA will stop accumulating BV from the binary tree. All volume will be flushed after 6 consecutive pay cycles of being inactive. Now, if you remember back to my very first video where I was following, Asante Organics, it's my third video, my first MLM video. They talked about how they didn't flush, so you didn't lose any money. Essentially what that means is regardless of what is earned, you lose 50% of that all the way until 6 consecutive paid, until like 6 months or whatever, and then you lose it all. So if you have your left leg and your right leg not earning what they need to earn, and say your left leg earns what they're supposed to, but your right leg falls short, you lose 50% of your overall bonus because it's flushed at that point. You have to maintain balance on there. So that is not cool, especially if you're trying real hard to build your upline. Qualify. One of the requirements to earn commission and bonuses have 2 personally sponsored members, retail customers, preferred customers, or BAs, one left, one right, who are active with at least 60 BV every month. So your left and your right have to be active with at least 60 BV by themselves per month, which is a requirement that you'll see throughout the rest of the compensation plan. Paid as rank, the rank you will qualify within a specific pay cycle. The first pay cycle starts on the first day of every calendar month at 12 a.m. Pacific and ends at the 15th day of every calendar month at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. Right, so second pay cycle starts at the 16th of every calendar and 12 a.m. So basically, they have a bi-weekly setup here, right? 15th and 30th every month. If you've worked in any kind of corporate, you're familiar with your 15th and 30th of every month paycheck, right? So that's how they have it working there. It says that your pay period each week within a pay cycle is called a pay period, which also starts on the 1st, 8th, 16th, and 23rd day of a calendar month. Qualified commissions are locked into BD Wallet, which is BYDZYNE Wallet, on the 10th and 25th of every month. Binary tree, left leg and right leg of your placement team structures. Enroller tree is the genealogy of your personally sponsored RCs, PCs, BAs, and anyone they personally sponsor. Oh, that's a lot of stuff, right? Told you this was going to be a long one. This one's gonna take the cake, right? I may break it up. If you're still watching at this point, I applaud you. I appreciate it. In fact, leave a comment saying that you made it to the 1 hour mark, or at least the comment where I'm talking about the 1 hour mark. And yeah, just let me know that you're still here. So you currently have a retail bonus, which is your earned from the difference in retail price and wholesale price, right? So your retail bonus, that's your RB. Your Infinity Welcome Bonus is paid every pay cycle. Up to 25% is paid out on enrollment orders in your enroller tree, right? You have 3 qualification types for your Infinity Welcome Bonus, right? Which is your sponsor, your builder, and up to Diamond Zone, Pro Builder up to Diamond Zone, which you will see the other things like that as we go forward and when we get into what those are. You have your team volume commissions, your TVC paid every cycle. At the end of each pay cycle, TVC pays 10%, 15%, or 20% on the total BV generated on your binary tree pay leg. Then in the small print, it says, to bank TVC, you must remain active. Maximum TVC earnings per pay cycle for 3-star president is 50,000 crown, 100,000, 2-star crown, 200,000, and 3-star crown, 500,000. So there are caps to how much you can have, which that's not anything new, right? We've seen that with multiple different companies that they have caps on your bonuses, essentially. It says your Infinity Matching Bonus, or your IMB, which you have to be active and a qualified builder for both of these, earns a percentage match of the TVC bonus earned by all BASs in your enroller tree. Your bonus level and percentage are based on your paid as rank during the pay cycle. Maximum IMB you can earn per pay cycle is limited to the TVC you earn for the same pay cycle. And then they have their minimum required rank of BAs, which is your distributor zone, director zone, diamond zone, presidential zone, crown zone, and 3-star crown zones, and it's percentage based on there. Now, this little disclaimer here is pretty key for what we're going to see on the next side over here. This illustration is only for educational purposes and is not considered projections or guarantees of your actual earnings or profits with this business. Success in this business results from successful product sales, which requires hard work, dedication, good sales skills, and leadership. While every effort is made to ensure the accuracy of the information is provided, we do not warrant that the information is error-free. We reserve the right to edit, add, or remove content as needed, and then you can see their full plan for additional details. This is the full plan. So they're talking about this other part over here. So now if we swap over here, we got the global pool bank, right? Now we're familiar with global banks, right? You get a percentage of everything that's in there, you get a share of it, right? So 3% of the total company, total BV is dumped into a pot, and you get shares, and you can claim additional percentages based on that. Only if you're in the diamond, presidential, or crown zones, you have access to that. They have, now this is where we start seeing the nuts and bolts, right? So you've got the brand ambassador, which is your BA, and that is enrolled as a preferred customer and become a brand ambassador. It has a 60 BV brand volume per year. Like, you have to maintain that. It has no qualifiers on there. Now, that being said, there are 3 little caveats here. So let's dump down here. It says qualified is that you have 2 personally sponsored members, RCs, PCs, or BAs, 1 left, 1 right, who are active. That's what that means there. So then you'll notice here, if you want to be a builder, sponsor and sell a minimum of 100 BV of products or kits to PCs on preferred customers. one on each leg, or one on each left and right leg, right? So you still have, now you got your requirement. You got your 60 BV requirement, which is yours, but you're also needing to have those qualifying requirements. But that earns you $500, to where before it's just a BA, you don't get anything additional. Your max TVC payout is not there. Your pro builder, sponsor kit, sell a minimum of 100 BV of products, or kits, PCs 3 on each left and right. So you're starting to get a little bit more difficult, right? You're a pro builder, but you get a $500 payout as your TVC max payout, right? But you still have to have the qualified. Now we kicked it up into the next level and we get into the director zone. Now, director zone has your pay leg BV is a requirement. So your legs require 1,250 BV. And you have an active 60 BV for yourself. You have to be qualified. That gets you 500. A 2-star director, 2,500, 3-star director, 5,000 with $1,000, $2,000 payouts. Your diamond zone, which is your pay leg BV, which has a little, let's look at this real fast here. Your pay leg is your pay leg volume. So your left and your right leg, right? So the volume that they pay has to be 10,000 for diamond, must have at least 2 director lines in enroller tree, right? And you have to then jump up from 60 to 120. You have to be qualified, and that gets you your max TVC payout of 4,000. 2-star diamond, 20,000 with 2 2-star director lines, right? So you have to have 2 2-star director lines. So this one requires, which director has a pay leg of its own. So you basically have to be your upline. You're gonna have to have teams. 3-star diamond, 35,000, must have 2 3-star directors, which is nasty. Goes on presidential, must have 2 diamonds. And this stuff is just getting, this high and high and high, right? It just keeps climbing. This is your compensation plan. This is what it is. Yeah. So that right there is the compensation plan. A little wordy, a little nasty. It's your basic compensation plan that you're used to seeing. It's overly complicated to make sure that you don't pay too much attention and that you just keep sticking to the program. So what does all that mean, right? What does all of that mean? So right there, if we're looking at that, you have the potential, according to them, to earn a lot of money. But we did see that these are all illusions. They're not real. It's going to be different per person. Okay. So what is the income disclosure statement? Let's see what's actually being paid out, right? So here we have, and I'm going to read this all. I'm going to read, this top part I'm not going to read to you because it is just basically, it's a disclaimer saying they don't, none of this is a guaranteed income for you. It's all on how much work you put into it. It's the classic build up so that you don't pay attention to the graph that they just showed you right there. And I am going to specify these parts over here, and we're going to look at this, but I have it up on another screen so that you can get a bigger and better view of it, right? So between July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2021, the number of active BYDZYNE brand ambassadors who have not received any commissions, bonuses, or overrides is 15,972, or 72.13% of such brand ambassadors. Yeah, 15,000, almost 16,000 brand ambassadors made no money from commissions, which commissions are the amount that is the saved amount between your retail price and your wholesale price. Bonuses, which is the entire compensation plan that we just looked at, and overrides, which is also part of the entire compensation plan that we just looked at. 72.13% of them last year did not make a dollar. Between July 1st, 2020 and June 30th, 2021, the median amount of commission, bonuses, and overrides received by all active brand ambassadors in BYDZYNE is $0. 72.13% of all active brand ambassadors have received in the aggregate less than or equal to this amount. 27.87% of all active brand ambassadors have received in the aggregate more than this amount. So right there, they're just telling you that I smiled and my lips are a little chapped. I think I cracked my lip. 27.87% of people made more than $0. Okay, that's kind of broad, right? So then it goes on to say that between July 1st, 2020 and June 30th, 2021, the average amount of commissions, bonuses, and overrides that have been received by all active BYDZYNE brand ambassadors, which is 27.87%, is $540. That is the average is $540.05. By all 27.87% of those people, that's the average amount. What does that say? Think about that. And then it says here, as of June 30th, 2021, there have been 8 BAs who have qualified for the 50,000 Presidential Zone Supercar and Luxury Home Bonus Promotion. There are no qualifiers for the 250,000 Crown Zone Supercar and Luxury Home Bonus Promotion to date. And then it says USA, an active BA is a BA who sells a minimum of 30 BV worth of product to their personally enrolled retail or preferred customer every month. For directors or diamond, the zone is 16. It goes through what we already know, right? So that right there tells you that 8 people hit the car at the super and the luxury home, which I didn't even look at that because that stuff is so crazy, right? That stuff is terrible. These people have a car bonus, luxury car, and a luxury home option. It's disgusting. You're never going to get there. I don't mean to be mean, but you're never going to get there because the people who are there have already been there. They were placed there. So one more thing I'm going to read about right here, and it's kind of the fine print, and I almost forgot to read it. In fact, I skipped ahead, then I read it, and then I was like, okay, I got to come back. But before we check out before we check out the JPEG for the image there, it says, the income disclosure chart represents the high, low, and average earnings per pay cycle from July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2021, earned by active BYDZYNE brand ambassadors as each paid as a rank. The income statistics shown include commissions and bonuses earned by BYDZYNE BAs pursuant to BYDZYNE Financial Rewards Program. The business volume BV generated within the pay cycle is used to calculate your commissions, bonuses. The rank, higher the rank, the more bonuses, commissions, and so on, right? So it says the pay cycle, per pay cycle from July 1st through June 30th. So keep that in mind as we go forward. Pay cycles are what they specified on the comp plan. What we saw, which is basically you get there's 2 pay cycles in a month, right? 1 through the 15th and the 16th through the 30th. So that's something to keep in mind there. This is the compensation plan here. Let me pull it up, or not compensation plan, but the income disclosure for what it is. There are 22,105 brand ambassadors, where it says the high pay cycle earnings are $2,000 and the low pay cycle earnings are $0. But the average pay cycle, so your paycheck every 2 weeks, is $2.54. That's the brand ambassador. So it's 22,105 people that are considered brand ambassadors that only make $2.54 on average per paycheck, essentially. Now you kick that up and you kick it into gear and you become a builder. Highest is $2,600, lowest is $10, with an average pay cycle payment of $152.46. You could do some stuff with that, but it's definitely not, surviving on your own money right there, right? That doesn't work. Kick it up a notch and you become a director or a pro builder, $182. Not much more on the average on that, right? But here's the thing. 22,000 people earn $2.54, 6,000 people. So you're looking at what is that? Almost a $17,000 drop off if you do the math there. No, it's more than that. Look at the huge percentage of people that don't make the cut to builder. $2,600, but only 6,055 people make at least on average $152.46 per pay cycle. Pro builder, you're down even more. 1,240 brand ambassadors are at the level of pro builder. So there's only 1,240 people making $182.01 every pay cycle. Look, right there, that tells you the difficulty of even the first tier. That's the builder tier, right? That's the very basic one. Brand ambassadors don't have a requirement for qualification, but builders and pro builders do. That tells you how hard it is to sell these products the way that they claim that you can do it. When you only have 1,240 people making on average $182 a paycheck, essentially. Then you have your director, 692, so we're less than 1,000. 692 people that make $522.62 per pay cycle. Now, $522 per paycheck is definitely not quit your job or you've made it money, right? Because you got to think, there's no taxes that come out of this. That's all on you. There's no healthcare costs that come out of this. There's no retirement costs that come out of this. So if you budget correctly with that and you start taking that money appropriately out based on where you get your healthcare, if you're not with another company and you're doing this all on your own, you're running through the marketplace, which means you're going to be paying a decent amount of premium for this stuff. So that $522 might as well be $300. We'll just assume and be liberal and say $200 and some is coming out for that. That's still $600 a month. You can't survive on $600 a month if you have rent, mortgage, and other stuff like that to pay. So then you bust yourself up to 2-star director, of which there's only 523 in the company, with a max earning potential of $5,129.24 per pay cycle, which that's good money. But the reality of that is that you get a paycheck of $979.76, which that is a decent paycheck. You could pay bills with that if you get 2 of those a month and you're able to maintain it. And that's your paycheck. You could do okay with that. But it's only 523 people that made it that far, right? Not to mention, we already saw that 15,000 people made $0, period. So there's that. Then you kick yourself up to 3-star director, of which is only $299. I'll even be conservative and say, well, no, it's $299. It's right there. And they earn $1,759.08 per paycheck, per pay cycle. Which, okay, yeah, you could do that. That's a decent amount. Then you can get some decent health care. You've got your bills, your mortgage, stuff like that paid out. You obviously can't spend like you're crazy, but you could survive. And it goes on to Diamond, which is only $192. 2-star Diamond, $77. 3-star Diamond, $22. President, $33. 2-star President, $14. 3-star President, 6 people that make $66,000 a pay cycle. And 5 Crown members making $156,000 plus a pay cycle. So when I first initially read this, I thought this was per year, but this is per pay cycle, which their pay cycle, based on what they say, is every paycheck, which is basically the 15th and the 30th of every month, assuming you qualify. None of this is guaranteed. You're not guaranteed to make this kind of money. That's the average. You could make more, you could make less. But let's be 100% real with ourselves and honest with ourselves. How many people watching this video are going to be able to accurately say, I could easily make it to 3-star director. I could be a part of that 299. Is there exceptions to the rule? Yeah. Majority of you, including myself, no way. There's no way. I'm not a salesperson. There's no way I could get that high to earn a decent amount of money per that. I couldn't even make it to 2-star director, right? I'm better off going to my local corporation, bank, whatever, and getting a job. I mean, you get decent money as well as taxes being taken out if you work at a warehouse. I mean, you could get a job doing this stuff and make decent money without having to be a part of this. Because what you're not seeing here is, what does it take to become that? We saw from the compensation plan the requirements, but how do you get there? How many stories have you heard from these people who have worked 12, 14-hour days towards the end, or they're up 2-3 days trying to get people to buy, cycling through their downlines, people buying to make sure they hit their ranks and requirements just to get paid. All that money then goes back into your company. So it's not like you can just turn around and not reinvest that stuff. You're going to be getting all that money. Half that money that you get is going to be spent on your downline products and stuff like that. You've seen the products that they offer. You've seen the prices for that. Even the wholesale prices for a lot of that stuff is crazy. How many bottles of the same stuff are you going to be able to buy? How many BD protectors are you going to buy? How many travel things? Like, you can't even really afford to, if you're living solely off this and you have to get the travel stuff, you can't even really afford to take the trip. That's by design. It's by design. And that's where we're going to stop it with this one here. That stuff, these companies, and I say this all the time, these companies don't care about you. They feed you this snake oil line about you're going to be able, like, this is the health and wellness that you need. They feed you these lies about financial stability. They offer you things that you could have, like your Forex training, stuff like that. They offer that to you at a crazy marked up price when you can find it for free online. These companies want to flatline you financially. They don't care about you as long as they get their money. And also, I wanted to point out one thing, and I almost forgot. You noticed, and you remember there were 5 Crown members on the compensation plan for 2020 through 2021. There's 5 co-founders of the company. I'm not saying that's them. I'm not saying that's them. I'm just saying that's a little suspicious to have 5 people as Crown and 5 people that are your co-founders. So, yeah, they're able to pay themselves $156,000. They claim that they're selling. They're not selling that. They're selling you. So these companies try to flatline you. Don't let them flatline you. Don't let them do it. Have a good one, Low-Techs. Consider subscribing. And let me know if you want merch. Do you want these goggles, these glasses, stuff like that? If you made it this far, put a yes in the chat, or a yes in the chat. Put a comment in there saying that you want to access these things. So, all right. Take it easy.
Snatch back your brain, zombie. Snatch it back and hold it.